Welcome back. Dine with M&M is the latest online TV show on the block. Morna and Marvin cook and conversate about some topics that could be considered taboo. Contemporary issues that no one wants to talk about is how they termed it. They join us this evening to talk to us about this exciting new cooking show. Well, talking cooking show, Morna, is it? A talk cook show. Cook talk show.
Yes.
Why not either or? Why not just the talk show or just the cooking show? Why the two combined?
I think, so when I was a Pulana girl 12 years ago, and I realized that you can actually talk and cook at the same time, right? And because Marvin loves cooking, and we both love talking, so we figured all these conversations that we usually have in our lounges and stuff, I think it's time that we actually bring them out and have people also join us in these conversations.
Yeah. Marvin, talk to us about who your target audience is for the show, because when you conceptualize something like this, of course you have an audience in mind. So who are you speaking to when you're cooking and talking with Morna?
I think one important thing, as you mentioned, is that we're going to be talking about very contemporary issues. Some may be a taboo, some not. So there's not a particular target market. I think it will always depend on the type of conversation we have for that particular segment. I think we also need to be genuine to the fact that we're going to be talking a lot of about a lot of things that some parents would not be comfortable discussing with their children. But so our target audience is basically everybody, but with context.
Yeah.
Yes.
Of course, when two people become co-hosts, they have to complement each other to be able to, you know, shine on screen. So how does your character and personality and Marvin's character and personality complement each other for that?
So a lot of the people actually thought we were siblings. So that was a nice one.
Okay.
But I think the fact that I don't know, how do our personalities complement? I don't know how to answer that. I think we just, from the onset when we met actually last year, we just clicked. And so our conversations have always been flow. So what you see on screen is really what happens also off screen. Yeah. Maybe you can.
And I think, just to add to what Morna is saying, she has such an energy and such a presence that she brings to every room she enters. Yeah. And I think sometimes with my dull personality, it just marries each other's very beautifully. And I think that was sort of the substratum that said, you know what, let's have these conversations. We disagree at some aspects, but I think ultimately what we want to do, which is to inspire, which is to transform, which is to enlighten. Yeah. I think that common cause we share, and I think that just makes a huge, amazing chemistry.
Yeah. You launched your first episode on June 8th. Talk to us about what the dish was that accompanied the conversation.
We call it the M&M
debut special.
Debut special.
And what was that exactly?
So that was, it was pasta, and then we had chicken, and we had some spinach, some cream, and then we also made a provision for those who are
lactose intolerant.
Lactose intolerant. And so we had some almond milk mixed into the cream, so just so that it can balance the stuff. And then we made a nice, refreshing pineapple smoothie type drink just to accompany the meal. But ideally what we want to do is that we would want to share the recipe before,
yes.
so that you cook and we speak together.
Yeah.
So that's ideally what
and
we
of course
want
we're able to go back and then also get the recipe online once the conversation is
of course.
done. Yeah.
Of course.
And you launched this on Facebook Live. Is this where all the shows will be happening, Marvin?
Essentially, at the beginning, this is where we're looking at it, but we are planning on having a YouTube page. It will be called the Come Dine with M&M series, which we will launch on YouTube, but currently it is on Facebook. And essentially, we will be then unpacking all these conventional issues, yes.
Fantastic.
And topics.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you're doing this in seasons, is that right?
So yeah, this is our first season. We want to be doing it every second week, so twice a month, and then every Saturday at 7 o'clock. So every second Saturday at 7 o'clock, you should be having it live on, live.
7 o'clock in the morning for breakfast? Or
no, evening. Evening.
7 o'clock at night.
7 o'clock at night, yes.
Oh, fantastic. Well, it's always awesome to tackle these, of course, very important conversations, and I think the cooking element just makes it a more relaxed environment and makes it easier to digest.
Absolutely.
No pun intended.
Absolutely.
Marvin and Morna, it was lovely having you here. Thank you so much for joining us, and all the best with the success of the show.
Thank you so
Nina.
much.
Thank you. Well, there you have it. Dine with M&M, as I mentioned, is the latest online TV show on the block. It's Saturdays, 7 p.m. on their Facebook page. It's live. And of course, you can follow it up the conversations on YouTube after that. And also wrap